A very good morning, class 11. So, how are you all? I really hope in this time you are taking good care of yourself and your family and friends. So, we have started with the reading of the chapter Silk Road, written by Middleton from the book Hornbill. We have covered the first part of it as we are doing it in bit by bit, we are going to cover the reading of the chapter. So we have discussed that how the narrator he started his journey from Ravo and how Lahama had gifted him a long sleeve sheepskin coat and then notice some mammals, animals, everything there, wild asses. Now let's continue from here. We are on page 75. It says about it. We passed nomads' dark tents. You know about nomads, those are not having their permanent homes actually. As they were in the car, narrator and Sten, as he was a tourist, we passed nomads' dark tents, pitched in splendid isolation, usually with a huge black dog, a Tibetan Mastiff. Now, Destin was there, narrator was there, Daniel was there, these three were there who were doing this Kora journey. So, he mentioned that as they crossed the nomad dark tents, they were huge Tibetan Mastiff were there. That means dogs were there. Huge black dog, which is like more than the normal black color, we can say. Standing guard, they were guarding the mastiff there. These beasts would cock their great big heads when they became aware of our approach and fix us in their sights. So as these Tibetan mastiffs, these huge, the breed of that dog, notice that the vehicle is coming near to them as they are going to pass from there, they become more violent at that time. They are more about to reach to them. They just fix their eyes on them. As we continue to draw closer, they would explode into action, speeding directly towards us, like a bullet from a gun and nearly as fast. So dogs, as soon as the vehicle just approached near to them, dog just followed them as it seems like a bullet was shot from the gun. So that is the speed of the Tibetan Mastiff. These shaggy monsters, there's a description about these dogs only, blacker than the darkest night, so they were more darker, usually wore bright red collars and barked furiously with massive jaws. So they are having massive jaws, they are so violent. They were completely fearless of a vehicle, shooting straight into our path, causing Sten to brake and swerve. So they were coming into our path, and that one who was driving Sten, he basically need to give that sudden jerk, need to give the sudden brake, and need to turn the vehicle because dogs just followed them. Then it says the dog would make chase for 100 meters or so before easing off, having seen us off the property. So these dogs tried to follow us near to the 100 meters. It wasn't difficult to understand why ferocious Tibetan Mastiffs became popular in China's imperial courts as hunting dogs, brought along the Silk Road in ancient times as tribute from Tibet. So then now it is very clear that why these dogs known as hunting dogs, they became popular with the China's imperial courts only as hunting dogs, and they were brought along with the Silk Road only. By now, we could see. Now, as this episode of Tibetan Mastiffs finished, by now we could see snow-capped mountains gathering on the horizon. So now just notice the snow-capped mountains on their way. We entered a valley where the river was wide and mostly clogged with ice. So they reached near to the valley. They entered the valley and there was a river, but it was covered with the ice. Brilliant white and glinting in the sunshine. The trail hugged its bank, twisting with the meanders as we gradually gained height and the valley sides closed in. So it was a very beautiful scene at that time too. The turn became sharper and the ride bumpier. So there were a number of turns on the way. There were a number of jerks because of those turns. Still now in third gear as we continued to climb. So he was driving in the third gear. The truck moved away from the icy river. So it was different. Laboring through steeper slopes that spotted big rocks daubed with patches of bright orange legend. So notice that as they crossed the steeper slopes and noticed that there was a bright orange legend, that was a plant actually which usually grows on the rocks. Beneath the rocks, hunks of snow clung on in this near permanent shade. I felt the pressure. Now there was a lot of snow, icy river was there, so narrator felt the pressure in my ears, held my nose, snorted and cleared them. So he started feeling that cough and cold now. He struggled round around tight bend and then stopped. And suddenly, that tourist guide, the same who was driving the car, he made a sudden turn and he stopped the car. He had opened his door and jumped out of his seat before I realized what was going on. So before narrator realized what exactly happened, he came out from the car. Snow, said Daniel, as he too exited the vehicle, letting in a breath of cold air as he did so. So they noticed that there was a beautiful snow outside. Just because of that, there were a number of twists, turns, icy they were, and they need to make. So till here we are covering it up. Any doubts you can ask. Send the worksheet timely, and in the next class we will cover the next bit of the story. Thank you and God bless you.